All right, this presentation is on Great Egrets, the animal I've chosen to study this semester, which has been an absolute pleasure because I love all birds and I think that egrets are very pretty, elegant, and really cool birds. I've nicknamed them certified professional fishers because that is essentially the conclusion I drew while observing them for this project. Okay, this video is one of a few that I took during my observation times, trying to tie this in to the various levels of analysis. I think this video does a good job showing the first two, function and evolution. Function is pretty basic here. Great egrets do feed primarily on fish, but they will absolutely eat amphibians and bugs that find themselves in wetland environments, like dragonflies, for example. So this video just shows an egret engaging in a basic functional activity of capturing food for itself by fishing. On the evolution side, because their primary method of fishing, as you can see, involves either spearing the fish or, just using that beak to like precision catch its prey, it stands to reason that evolution wise, a longer beak is going to serve them better, a sharper beak is going to serve them better, even a longer neck, just so you have a greater range of motion and mobility, um, greater precision with catching prey. And if you have those traits, you're more likely to procreate and pass those on and continue that evolution. This video, I feel, can show a good example of the causation or mechanism. What you might notice in these videos, not just this one, but particularly this one, is that sometimes when food is caught, it doesn't, it's not clear whether it's being eaten right away or not. And my hypothesis for that is because we're smack dab in the middle of breeding season for great egrets, which runs from March through August, it's possible that this egret is not just looking for food for itself, but maybe there's a partner that is incubating eggs in a nest somewhere nearby, or maybe there are hatchlings or nestlings that the partner is watching over. So it's catching food for a family or a mate and um, performing an action that's called caching, where the food is caught or gathered and it's not eaten right away, it's taken to another location. For example, ravens will cache food by holding it in their beaks or their throats and then burying the food in another location that only they know of, that they can come back to and pull from as needed. So it's possible that's what's happening here, catching food to take to a nest somewhere. So you could say mating hormones play a role in this behavior because this is either um, a hunting or a fishing activity to feed a potential mate. So they're chosen for procreation or helping feed a family that they already have. Okay, this last video is my probably my favorite one that I took, and it's a shorter one, so it might stop on me while I'm talking. But this egret in particular will engage in head tilting and cocking behavior. And you'll see throughout the video it will be pretty successful in doing that. When fishing, you will see this behavior, which is referred to as cocking, when it's just the head that's turned horizontal to the water, or I should say parallel to the water, so that one eye's facing straight down, one eye's facing straight up. And this can be used also to observe for potential predators, of which egrets don't have a ton of, but it'll because it allows them to see two different places at once. Um, it can be used for that. Tilting is what you'll see this bird do more, which is when the entire neck and head are turned to one side of the body. Um, the cocking can be used, like I said, not just for predator um, looking out for predators, but it's using that monocular vision that egrets have to better fixate on prey because you can see when they do it, they tend to also lower their neck. So they're getting that closer look at the fish in the water. The tilting is done more so to reduce sun glare. As you can see in this video, as it is with most days in Arizona, it was very sunny this day, and you can even see on the water a little bit too. There's just reflections. You can't see what's actually inside the water. So sometimes they deal with that when fishing by changing the angle of their neck and their head. They can reduce that glare or get rid of it entirely depending on the angle, and then be able to see uh, where the prey is so that they are successful in catching it. And it stands to reason that this is something that would have been observed as they grew up. You can see there's baby egrets in the background that are flying in the foreground. So, they're in that process of learning. So it's possible they're even observing this bird like I am, and they're seeing, okay, in doing that, they're being successful in catching prey. And then they learn how to do it, they get efficient at it, and so on and so forth. It continues to get passed on. So I didn't have a ton of sources for this. I was able to get a lot of information from these two different links that you'll see. I did also pull a little bit of information from the first four cogbook modules. Obviously, the Tim Bergen's levels of analysis was a big one that I was able to pull from those. So if you have any information, if you need any additional information on these, please let me know. But hopefully the links work for you if you'd like to check them out. Thank you for the semester. It's been a blast. And hopefully this presentation was somewhat interesting. I had fun putting it together, and can't wait to hear the feedback.